Hey guys, welcome back to Super Marsuble. Today I'll be doing a review for the latest entry in the Exorcist franchise, The Exorcist Believer. And all I can say is whoa. Now, is that a positive whoa or a negative whoa? I'll tell you in this review. Here we go. The story. Two teenage girls go missing, and when they are found, they are not the same. They are possessed. The desperate parents seek help everywhere they can in order to get their girls back to normal. What I like. Let's start with the positive. And that won't take long. Yep. The two girls. Now I gotta say, these two young actresses did an incredible job. Whatever is wrong with the movie is definitely not their fault. Even the concept of two possessed girls instead of one was fine with me. I had an open mind about it and I thought, let's see what they can do with that. But the concept of two possessed girls is poorly executed and very underused. The few freaky moments. The original Exorcist is known as the scariest movie of all time, and I support that fully. And Believer is not scary at all. Most of the film doesn't work. So yeah, the scares don't work either, except for maybe one or two bits. There's a short shot of a creepy figure standing behind the father while he's talking to his daughter when she's in bed. It's a short bit, but it had me go like, ooh, it's not a real big scare, but I thought it was freaky nonetheless. And the second part, which is probably most effective in the freaking film, is the part where the dad's in the bathroom and the lights go flicker on and off and the girl is flicking the switch. It doesn't say much, but it's the first signs of the girl acting weird and not being herself. So yeah, that part was kind of scary, but unfortunately, it's the only scary thing in the film. Oh, and the neck twist was pretty nice. It's an Exorcist movie, you gotta have a neck twist in there somewhere. What I don't like, the dialogue. 80 to 90% of this movie is dialogue. And not just dialogue, bad dialogue. Most of the time, I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. Really? The bickering between the parents of the two girls about the whole situation is cringe. It's really cringe. It's so freaking bad. There's a scene in the hospital just after the girls are found and they are being examined. And for some reason, David Gordon Green thought it would be fun to have multiple lines of dialogue overlap with each other. And it's so freaking annoying. It totally takes you out of the whole movie. The script. The script is terribly weak. Who wrote this mess? And how the hell did this get the green light from the studio? Who okayed this mess? The characters are uninteresting with hardly any development. You don't feel any connection to any of the characters and they all have terrible dialogues. We don't even get to see much of the possessed girls. Everything that happens just is unimpressive and legacy characters are treated poorly. I didn't feel a connection to any of the characters. Everything just happens. Like the scene in the church. Yeah, I don't really care about that either. Didn't do anything for me. It wasn't scary, it wasn't creepy. No. Near the end, there's an Avengers-style group coming together to perform the exorcism, and it's just totally laughable. Chris MacNeil. This film brings back the mother from the original film, Chris MacNeil, played by the great Ellen Burstyn, and I hope she really got a major paycheck for this movie. I'm all for bringing back legacy characters and original actresses or actors. I absolutely love it. But it has to contribute to anything and they have to be treated in the right way. She was kind of a guide and I guess that's the only thing she can be because she lived through the same experience. So the only thing she can do is give advice. A great example is the scene where Chris is taken to the house where one of the possessed girls is, so she can kind of see for herself. She decides to enter that room by herself and face the demon on by herself. I don't know, but that was weird to me. And of course it doesn't end well and she gets stabbed in the eyes with a crucifix. Yeah, why the hell would you treat that character that way? Whoever wrote that mess should be ashamed, really. Her character is not a priest. She's not a superhero. She's just a mom who lived through the same thing. Going into the room with a possessed girl by herself like she's Chuck Norris or something, that's just weird. I don't get it. It's bad choice after bad choice. It's just a mess. Most magical moment. Easy. It's the final shot of the movie. I'm tempted to say the credits, but no, that's just a bad joke. The most magical moment definitely for me is the final shot of the movie. We see Ellen Bernstein's character Chris MacNeil in the hospital with her eyes patched up and the door opens and guess who it is? It's her daughter, Reagan. Yeah, once again, played by Linda Blair. Yeah, that shot was magic. Did you know? On-set advisor. Linda Blair, who played Reagan in the original movie, was an on-set advisor to the two girls on the set of this movie. Trilogy. Blumhouse spent $400 million, yeah, let that one sink in, for the filming rights. And the deal was to make a trilogy. So it doesn't really matter whether The Exorcist Believer did well at the box office or not. The second and third movie will have to get made anyways. That's the deal. So yeah, I hope they kind of course correct for the second and third movie, because if they're gonna repeat what they did here, count me out. I sure hope Blumhouse gets their act together and just goes further with new writers and a new director, because we don't need a repeat of what just happened. Overall, usually I'm a positive guy. I think I'm easy to please when it comes to movies. And I'm sorry to say, but The Exorcist Believer is a real letdown. David Gordon Green and the other creators clearly did not take notes of what made the original movie so freaking good. Because everything that made that movie so good is nowhere to be found in this one. With the exception of Ellen Burstyn returning to play Chris McNeil. However, her character is misused and underused. So yeah, go figure. David Gordon Green also uses this green and yellow filter throughout the whole movie, which has a real Hollywood vibe. So from the get-go, I felt, yeah, I'm watching a movie. I'm not drawn in whatsoever. And stuff like that might work for The Matrix, but for The Exorcist, you have to make it as realistic as possible. That's what worked in the original, so you have to make it look as realistic as possible. It totally disconnected me right away. The script is terrible, the dialogue is terrible, I don't know which one of the two is worse. The possessed girls are underused even though the actresses did a really great job. The scares are absent, the tension is absent, and the cast and characters beside the two girls are weak. I give The Exorcist Believer 4 out of 10 crucifixes. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Did you see The Exorcist Believer? Let me know below how you feel. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know, we'll talk. If you have the time, hit the like button, subscribe, or check out some of my other videos, which you kind of might like. You never know, try them out. And of course, as always, I hope to see you back next time. Bye!